Hey guys, this is Josh Valencia from Good Break Studios, and today we're going to be looking at a neat sound I was able to get out of a banjo. But first, be sure to check us out on Twitter, subscribe here. We should be having some new stuff up soon in terms of ways to interact with us at GBS and a whole bunch of new stuff. So keep your ears peeled for that. But let's go ahead and look at this. Let's show you what this sounds like with everything engaged. We're going to be using just a high pass filter, Vitamin, which is a new Waves plugin. I was originally using Decapitator for this function, so I dropped Decapitator just for this example, just so I could show you a little bit about what Vitamin does. It is one of their newer plugins. I believe it's their newest. And we're going to drop all that into Echo Boy, which is doing a lot more saturation and kind of spacing things out with Echo. So let's go ahead and give it a look-see with everything engaged. So as you guys can hear, it's pretty, you can't really tell it's a banjo from the onset. I'm going to go ahead and take everything off here. I'm going to go ahead and listen to that. So the reason I decided to do something like this is because I poorly recorded a banjo. It was not a good job recording the banjo. So in order to salvage the sound, I decided to make it into something else. I was using a ribbon mic for the first time, and the placement was off. It just sounded a little weird. But in it sounding weird, I decided to say, hey, I can make this into like a cool synthy moving part kind of deal. So what I did is that I went ahead and high pass filtered it first. So let's go ahead and check it out with the high pass filter engaged. So you could tell that the high pass is taking out lots of the mud in the recording, lots of the room. You could hear, I think it's me moving at the very beginning. So you can hear this weird room sound that's not necessarily very natural, but this does clean that all up and lets you hear that it is just a banjo. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part. Everyone knows what a high pass filter does. We're gonna go ahead and listen to Vitamin. And what Vitamin lets you do is that it lets you apply harmonic distortion to each band separately. So it goes from low, low, mid, mid, high, mid, and high. So it lets you apply distortions, but based on where in the frequency spectrum they are. So I actually did like that a lot. There's actually this looks like pan or like width control here. So you're able to say not only the band, but how wide the band is in terms of stereo image, from what I understand. Um, and your basic trim knob input and output. So pretty basic stuff to have a bunch of presets here. Crushing stuff, sub only mastering. So plenty of other examples to go through if you have the time. Vitamin does come in a bunch of other packages and is reasonably priced at about $99. So I'd go ahead and check that out or wait for Wave stuff to go on sale. They go on sale all the time. So let's go ahead and listen to this on and off. I'm going to go ahead and bypass and keep it going while it's playing. So let's go ahead and listen to that. So if you can really hear there, I was able to get the meat of the banjo to be kind of in this mid range. It was a nice little boost here, keeping everything bulbous because it is going as an effect right now. So I'm trying to keep it as mid focused, trying to hide the fact that it was a poorly recorded banjo, which I think I did a pretty good job on. So let's go ahead and move on to Echo Boy because this is kind of the crown jewel of this whole situation. What I was able to do with Echo Boy was really, really mangle the sound And what you're gonna see is that I'm gonna be going between Echo Boy and Vitamin to really fit the sound into the mix. It's a character tool, but at the same time, I'm kind of using it as an EQ, the same way you would any other EQ to make it fit. But you're moving that distortion before Echo Boy to kind of have it sit better. So you'll see that, if I play just with Vitamin on now. See, what I was doing there was making it sound more like a banjo by, accentuating the top end and really getting that to shine. But with Echo Boy on, let's listen to that. With Echo Boy on, the issue I had with having that bright top end was that you were able to distinguish the notes too easily, and I just kind of wanted this to dance in the back of people's heads. So, um, let's go ahead and just jump into Echo Boy and see what it's doing. The preset I started with was Boom Boom Crash Crash. Um, it's a more rhythmic delay here. You could see that I just used the same delay that they set up and tweaked it minorly. I moved the rhythm knob a little slower, um, kept dry and wet. I just love the preset so much. I really didn't want to screw with it if I didn't have to. Um, Other than that, I did juice the saturation a little more. It's set into the distorted setting. There's a bunch of other styles down here, but I went ahead and stuck with distorted, and I cranked it, and it sounded pretty sweet. So, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and reset the config here, and it looks like I did nothing to the preset. It looks like distorted is what was set up. Everything is synced. I just didn't touch it. I heard it, and I was happy with it. I really felt like it did dance around nicely. Let's go ahead. I think I'm gonna high cut. Okay, with the high cut, I was able to just round things out a bit to get things to fit in a little better, but you could really see that Echo Boy is the crown jewel. But before I got into it, I used Vitamin and just a regular high pass filter to get everything to kind of sit better within Echo Boy so Echo Boy could do its job a little easier. Before we go on, I'm going to bypass these other two plugins just so you could hear what Echo Boy was doing without anything else behind it. Thanks for checking us out. This is Josh Valenci from Good Break Studios, and come back next week. We're going to have another great video. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.